Let me just start off by saying that this poem right here is one of the best teen poems I've ever heard in my life. All right. I watched it years ago when I was just getting into spoken word poetry, trying to understand how slams work and things like that. And I just stumbled across this and it blew my mind. For those of you who are new to the channel, what is up, YouTube? It is your boy, your poet, KendrykYoungblood. I'm doing a series on my channel called The Greatest of Spoken Word, in which I analyze and break down and react to some of the best poems on YouTube that actually went viral and explain to you why they went viral. You know what I'm saying? So look, we got Darius Simpson and Scout Bostley doing Lost Voices. I don't want to spoil you on why this is phenomenal. Let's just get started. You'll see what I mean, all right?
The first day I realized I was black, it was 2000. We had just learned about blacks for the first time in second grade. At recess, all the white kids chased me into the wood chanting slave. My mother said I refused to come out for 3 hours. Said she thinks I was lost in the trees, but I just needed to be closer to my roots.
As a woman, having a boyfriend is a battle. If 70% of us are abused in a lifetime, what is the number of men doing it? The answer is not one man running faster than light to complete a mission, and that is what leaves me sick.
The second day I realized I was black was in a gas station. I only had 25 cents, so I searched what to spend it on. The cashier floated from aisle to aisle, eyes fixed on my hands. That was the first time I realized skin color was a crime.
My body has become cause to write legislation, calls for ass smacks in the back of a class. My body has demanded everything except respect. I've been asked, what makes you feel unsafe? And I struggle not to yell everything.
Okay, let me just stop it right here. The relatability of this poem. A lot of black folks can relate to Homeboy's experience, and then, yeah, a lot of women can relate to her experience as well. I mean, what else is there to say? That's definitely a big reason why it went viral. Also, just the way the poem is constructed, in which one person is speaking on behalf of the other, you know what I'm saying? Which is really good. That's a really good message right there if you think about it. Consider the fact that a lot of people who are suffering and being oppressed don't have the platform or the voice to broadcast what's actually going on and the struggles that people like them are facing. So it's up to allies to actually speak on those people's behalves. And I think that's the message being conveyed with the organization of the poem alone, not even the actual lines of the poem, but the very construction of how it's performed. That alone gives the message that allies should be speaking for those who are being oppressed. You see what I'm saying? I just find that to be quite phenomenal.
My body has demanded everything except respect. I've been asked, what makes you feel unsafe? And I struggle not to yell everything.
The third day I realized I was black was in an all-white cafeteria. I gathered my legs under me, made rockets of my feet, and approached a girl. She told me she was not into my type of guy. I felt the words shoot daggers into my melanin. I have never wanted to disappear so bad.
As a woman, I've learned to answer to everything except my name. Little lady is not said to mean equal, but to make sure I remember my place, I battle between wanting to own my body and accepting there's a 1 in 4 chance a man will lay claim to my skin, a plot of land for the taking.
The last day I realized I was black was in an elevator in California. To the white woman that told me she knows what it feels like to be black because she grew up poor, I would tell you to think before you speak, but your mind has got to be bacteria infected. And any filter through that labyrinth of nothingness might be worse than no thought at all.
She could not handle me roasting her. I'm one of those people who stay real quiet around stupidity. But until you come for me, you don't realize that I will annihilate you with facts.
There's a group of women going around the room sharing their personal definition of feminism. He is the only man in the room, and all of a sudden, the tone switches to destroying the patriarchy by annihilating all men.
Do you know what it feels like to be black? To pop block your way in and out of hugs, it is not a problem you want to sympathize. But to tell me you know my pain is to stab yourself in the leg because you saw me get shot. We have 2 different wounds, and looking at yours does nothing to heal mine.
Never will I.
Let's go!
My God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm! Wait. Everybody calm down!
Being that I've done team pieces and slams before, it's got me thinking about the writing process and the practice sessions that must have gone on to make this a reality. Think about it. Darius had to write lines about himself, Scout had to write lines about herself, and then coach the other on how to recite those lines. You know what I mean? And maybe even go into more detail about the background info regarding those lines. You see what I'm saying? So it's very interesting because they probably had to coach each other on how to share each other's lines. It's just, whoa. You know what I mean? I wish I could ask them, but I don't have the platform to do that yet. One day, I do want to ask them how the process of crafting this poem was, you know?
Do you know what it feels like to be black? To pop lock your way in and out of hugs, it is not a problem you want to sympathize. But to tell me you know my pain is to stab yourself in the leg because you saw me get shot. We have two different wounds, and looking at yours does nothing to heal mine.
Never will I turn away an ally.
But when a man speaks on my behalf, that only proves my point.
Movements are driven by passion, not by asserting yourself dominant by a world that already put you there. You speak to no pain, you only fathom because we told you it was there. You know nothing of silence until someone who cannot know your pain tells you how to fix it. Every day is a crucifixion when there is no regards for lines crossed.
I fight so my voice can be heard. I fight for the voices you silence, all in the name of what is right.
The problem is you assume this struggle is attached to a social class. I am black and bold and beautiful by nature. Ain't no income that can change that.
The problem with speaking up for each other
is that everyone is left
without a voice.
Amazing. Tens all around, baby. Y'all know what it is. There's a reason I put this in the series of the greatest of spoken word, y'all. This went viral for a reason. Look at that. Man, one of the greatest ally poems I've ever seen. Definitely among the top teen poems ever. You know what I'm saying? Just phenomenal, y'all. Just phenomenal. Again, as usual, the link to the full video is in the description below, so definitely check that out. These two have more poems, so definitely, go through YouTube and see what else they got going on, because the talent's right there for you to see, Let me know in the comment section if you've seen this technique being utilized in a team piece where one person speaks for the other person's experiences. Like, I've seen ally poems before, but not one constructed this way, The synchronicity was amazing, almost perfect. They were both talking at the same time, but only one person would be speaking for the other while the other is lip sync the lines. Like, beautiful. It just looks so harmonious, Yeah. I really hope y'all enjoyed this. I definitely did, obviously, based on my reaction. And yeah, I'll be back with another video, so deuces.